Hello and welcome to Chat ENG. It is the day of the final of the European Championships, and England are in the final, which is all I wanted at the start of the tournament. I just wanted us to be in the conversation, even semi-finals, but to get in the final is fantastic. It's difficult to put into words what this would mean, I think, to win. Um, the emotions are difficult to put into words because I'm 44 years old and I've watched England for, well, I think my first tournament I kind of remember was 1988, but the one I was probably most invested in from the start was World Cup Italia '90. So it's 34 years of watching England, and that in God has included some very near misses, some moments where I thought we were going to do it and we didn't quite in 1990, 1996. The journey of those tournaments, how exciting it was to think we could win something only to have our hearts broken on penalties by Germany. 98, being away with my mates, my first lads holiday, losing to Argentina, sat bereft outside this bar in Gran Canaria, crying my eyes out as an 18-year-old lad. um, 2004, when I swear I think if Rooney would have stayed fit, I think we'd have won the tournament. um, and then years in the wilderness, really, where it's just been like, this just it's crap. It's like the team don't care. They don't look like they want to be there. We've got managers who don't really seem particularly up to it. Capello could barely speak English, and he's the England manager. Some weird stuff for 10 years, to be honest. And then this hope of the last 8 years. Six in particular, if you look at the tournaments. 2018, brilliant summer. 2021, brilliant summer. The Qatar World Cup, robbed in the quarter-final, and here we are. And words can't do justice to that journey, for want of a better word. But I saw a video last night with the Keane song, Somewhere Only We Know, with a montage of kind of England over the years, and then in this tournament as well. Incredibly emotional and emotive video, because it summed it up really nicely. Like your memories, your hurt, your hope, your it all leads to this. And it's an opportunity. It's a chance for us to win the first major trophy of my lifetime, and it's an historic day. So I know that those words don't do it justice. I'm not a poet of those proportions to try and sum up the importance of the day. But for a football fan like me, who's watched it for so long and loves the game, this is the day. This is the moment for us, isn't it? Hopefully. On paper, Spain are favourites, obviously, and the main man for them is Rodri. For me, probably one of the best midfielders in world football. He makes everything tick. It looks like he's um, it looks like a grown-up playing with kids, because he's so much better than everybody else. He almost feels like a cheat code. But in the FA Cup final, Mainu did very well against them, and nobody is impervious to having a bad game, or to being unsettled, or to tactical plans that work really well. And I think when you've been on the journey England have been on all these years, and Southgate in the last 8 years, you reach moments, you reach crescendos, you reach summits, and all of the stuff that you might have in your head, like doubts about Southgate's ability to pick the right team, to pick the right tactics, to make substitutions at the right time, all of those things have to ebb away, and you have to have faith in him, and you have to think, can he come up with a plan for one game against Spain where we can go and win this match? Yes, I 100% think he can, with the players that he's got as well, because he's got a lot of good players who are intelligent football players who've been in it together for a long time, quite a few of them. Coupled with them, the new boys like Mainu, Gay, who's come in and done fantastically well, Watkins coming off the bench. We've got so many match winners, and Spain, I don't think, have that many. they're a better team overall. If we can hold it tight, and we'll come back to how we do that in a minute. But if we can hold it tight, we have got Bellingham, Foden, Saka. I think Rice has got a goal in him. Mainoo's got a goal in him. Palmer off the bench. Obviously Watkins off the bench. Ivan Toney potentially coming on. Harry Kane, as much as I don't think he's been particularly good in this tournament, he's got goals in him. He always has goals in him. So we've got players, 5, 6 of them, including subs, that can come on and do the business. We've got to stay in it to be able to do that. So how do we do that? How do we stay in the game? The expectation is that Spain are going to have a lot of the ball, but it could be a game of chess tonight. I think if England can hold the ball and have possession, it's not necessarily going to go as we think it will, because I think we have got progressively better as the tournament's gone at holding the ball, keeping the ball, not always necessarily going anywhere with it and doing things spectacularly well with it, but just being able to dictate the pace of a game. And I think we'll probably play to slow it down potentially. It might not be pretty, but we can stay in the game through possession. I don't think we are good enough defensively to just sit in and let them come at us and let them have loads of the ball. So I think we'll try and wrestle control of possession and just use the ball. If they have a lot of the ball, you can forget everything that I've said previously in this tournament goes out the window, that we haven't showed intent to counter-attack, etc. This is the final. This is the culmination. This is the moment. This is the peak. You can't leave anything out there tonight. So I think if we have a chance to counter-attack tonight, I think we will, 100%. And potentially we can hurt them on the counter-attack. But you have to have pace up there. And that's that concern, is we haven't got any pace in the forward positions, really, in terms of central forward positions. Because I think if Kane obviously plays up front, which he probably will, he's got no pace whatsoever. And then the two in behind him, the two tens, Bellingham and Foden, are not ones to go on beyond Kane and almost like split strikers when Kane comes deep. They're not that role. They are creative number 10s. Our pace comes from Saka, who hopefully will be playing as the right wing back again, and probably Shaw, who I think will probably start tonight. I know he's a big lad, Shaw, but he's not slow. So the pace that we've got is not necessarily going to hurt Spain, which concerns me a little bit. I think if we're going to win, we've got to hang in there. We're just going to hang in there, keep the ball, pass it about. Could be a bit of a snooze fest, and then hope that a moment comes for the likes of, as I said, Bellingham, Foden, Saka, etc. We've taken our chances in this tournament. We've not had loads and loads of chances. We've not needed them. Some of our goals haven't even been chances. They've just been moments. But we've taken those moments, and we've got to do that again tonight. We will get chances. I do think we'll get chances, but we've got to have good intent. He could completely surprise me. We could go for it. I don't necessarily rule that out, because say this is a one-off game, and Southgate's propensity to be quite pragmatic is there for everyone to see. And I think in a game like this, you probably do go to your default. But I wouldn't be shocked to see England do something that we wouldn't expect. Just go for it, hit them early, try and catch them by surprise. I'd forgotten this game happened, but I was listening to some build-up yesterday, and someone mentioned in one of Southgate's first games, I think it was, we played Spain in Spain, and we were 3 or 4-0 up at half time. And okay, we had Rashford and Sterling in the team, and they are those two that will probably get in behind Kane. But we just absolutely bamboozled them, played them off the pitch for half of football. And I don't know if the game ended up 3-0 or if they got a couple of goals back. We won the game anyway, but it was like looking and saying, hang on a minute, it's 3-0 up at half time. So that's a friendly. It's different, of course. But it's a one-off occasion. You've just got to go and do it. You've just got to go and do whatever you think is the right thing to do to win the game for the country, because it would mean so much to everybody. As I say, words don't do it justice as to how big a thing it would be for England to win a major tournament. And no one's going to care one bit about the group stage, the first knockout round, the quarterfinal, the semi-final. No one gives a toss, because the chance is there for us to win it. And make yourself heroes, make yourself national treasures, I think this team, it's reached 2 finals now, and the maturation of a team comes when you win something. And it's almost like that indoctrinated failure of England over the years, that conditioned failure, that conditioned near misses, and all the pain that we've been through watching them over the years. It's like it's always going to follow us round. But at some point, the law of averages says if you keep getting to finals, if you keep being in the last knockings of competitions, you're going to win it. And this group has got tournament experience, tournament savviness. Spain have won every game so far. Again, law of averages, you're going to lose a game in a tournament. I think without doubt, Southgate has deliberately held something back with this team all the way through. And how many of them have we heard them say, one more, one more? The celebrations weren't over the top on Wednesday night, something I mentioned in my last video, because I think they know this is the opportunity. Kyle Walker's 34. Stones, I think, is certainly, if he's not in his 30s, he's certainly close to it. Trippier, early 30s, probably won't play today for me. Shaw's pushing late 20s. You know, you've got the likes of Rice has been in and around the team for some time now. Bellingham has, Foden has, Kane's obviously been there forever. It feels like Saka's been there a few years. This is a team that's been together for a while. Some of them, like say maybe Kyle Walker in particular, it potentially could be their last tournament. It's such a chance. It's such a moment in time. And to quote the start of the second version of Three Lions, Gareth Southgate, the whole of England is with you. Musical ending coming your way. Yeah.
We're not creative enough. We're not positive enough. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, football's coming. We'll go on getting bad results, getting bad results, getting bad results. It's coming, football's coming home. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, football's coming home.
Come on, boys! It's coming home.